Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Afterthought of West Ham's defeat in Manchester. Manchester City 4, West Ham United 1. To my right is Jay. Jay, what you saying, mate, on that?
Bloody hell. Do you know, it's so hard. I was trying to think I was going to put this into words coming on here before we went live. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm unsurprised, uninspired, unhappy. I think everyone's probably as flat as this at the moment. There's no shame in losing to Manchester City. But the big thing that sticks out to me is they were there for the taking today. They were crap. They were absolutely crap. And we were let down by the shambles that we are defensively, and B, some absolutely astronomical stinkers from some individuals that we were turning to put in some big performances in the absence of the likes of Jarrod Bowen, who's been our talisman and is the main man at West Ham and will be for years to come. And in his absence, we had Mohamed Kudus, who we've been cutting in as much slack as we possibly could all season, who is playing in his best position, who dropped the worst performance I think I've ever seen him put in a West Ham shirt today. In a time when in the first 10 minutes we could have been 2-0 up if he'd have made the right decision. I can forgive like mistakes in that area of the pitch early on. I can forgive them. But when there's 3 that early on in the game and then there's more going forward in later parts of the game and then you just offer nothing, like sort of topped off by passing the ball to their centre forward to give them the 4th goal, which was just embarrassing. How he survived that stinker as long as he did, I've got no idea. Which brings me to another astronomical stinker in the centre of midfield, Edson Alvarez. We know what this guy's limitations are. Mate, he got run through so many times in that first half. We might as well have had Lily Phillips playing centre defensive midfield.
I'm going to say this. Edson Alvarez, pussy. Gives it all that he's a fucking Mexican general, right? That cunt ain't no Mexican general. He shit himself on an header for the first goal. He ducks under the header for the first goal, right? And then there's people coming at me saying, oh, you're gaslighted. No, right? My eyes don't lie. And when I see shit, I'm going to call it out. And that man was shit today. Honestly, I ain't going to get uptight on this one because I knew that we get beat. The problem is that we looked all right in stages, but we just can't put the ball in the back of the fucking net. I don't know what to say on the sub at all. But I see people going mad on the sub. I think Tadebo's injured again, but why can't this man get fit? That's the real question that needs to be asked. Why can't he get fit? So, you know, I don't know. Alvarez today, wanker. What do you think of Somerville today?
Do you know what? So should we talk the very few positives that we've got? Yeah. First and foremost, Nicholas Füllkrug. I see you and I see what you can bring to this team. He brought Somerville into that game so well. And on transitions, he was in the right place. He was winning duels. He would find Somerville in space and Somerville pick the ball up and drive, which is everything that we want to see. I thought Somerville had a really good game today. I thought those two were probably our best players. I was super, super happy with the way the pair of them linked up in the first half. Shout out for Lucas Paqueta as well. I was really, really happy with the way he got on the ball. He bopped it around. Yes, he gave it away a few times. He was trying to play those killer balls and he found some good passes and found players in good positions. So those 3 players I thought were really, really good. Yes, and I was worried for Somerville today, especially when I saw the lineup. We talked about it before the game, and I thought he could get bullied. He took no prisoners today, and he gave it everything. I was really, really happy with the way that he played, mate. What did you think of us going forward?
Counter attack. That's West Ham style. Don't know how many more times I've got to say it. All this style of play and all that. West Ham are a counter attack inside, and we're a very good one. If we could learn to put the ball in the back of the net at the end with the end product, we'd be a fucking very, very good side. I thought today counter attack was very good. Crysencio Somerville, right? When I have it with people on spaces, when I have it on people on here, I keep telling people he's a good player. He's not shit. You don't become champions, one of the best players in the championship last year, and automatically become shit unless you've got Julian Lopetegui in charge. right? But Julian Lopetegui hasn't given him a fair crack of the whip this year. Every time he's had a good game, he's been pulled out for other players to come in. And now Bowen's out, Pryor's going to play. Yeah, and I thought today he's my man the match today. Right, he carried the ball well. He tried his hardest. The only thing with him is just a little bit of end product with him. Other than that, I think we've got a potential good player there. Honestly, though, right, I need to know what this board are looking at tonight because I did see David Moyes in the crowd today. When I was watching it, and he had his hands crossed like that, or his arms crossed like that, and he looked angry. He looked pissed off with the fault of seeing us getting dicked all the time. At the end of the day, something's got to give. Something has got to give on this geezer. Will it though? I'm going to be honest. I don't think he sacks him tonight. I know people are crying he's going to get sacked in the morning. He ain't getting sacked yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe after the Fulham game or the Palace game, maybe. But I thought Crysencio Somerville was good today. Really, really good. Let's get this man in, see what he's got to say for himself. So, Daddy, take it away, mate.
Hello there. I'm with James. I'm not angry anymore. I just resignation. I knew we get battered, even though City are shit. They were shit today. Let's not pretend they were good. They were average. We are terrible. And thank you for bringing up Edson Alvarez. Send that guy back to the slums in Mexico. Send him back. Fucking Mexican thug. Disgraceful. Our right back today, Vladimir Sufal being employed by a Premier League club in 2025. We deserve everything we get.
Yeah, good job.
and Emerson's out. Oh, it's amazing. We gave our backup left back a contract extension in the summer. Maybe we play a right back at left back, but we give Cresswell a contract extension. We are a Make-A-Wish club, giving old players contracts so they can just be on the bench the whole time.
I'm going to be honest. One person that needs to be mentioned tonight is Sufal. Yeah, listen, I love what he's done at the club. I love when we signed him. He was the replacement for Ryan Fredericks. But that man got cooked today on that side. That second goal, I'm sorry, let's be real. He's not up to standing anymore. And it's a shame. It is what it is. But
he just lets the guy go past him. Kudus, I'm sorry. I'd sell him. He's regressed massively, and I blame the manager for this. But still, sell him. If we get offered 70 mil, I'd sell him. Average.
Yeah.
Midfield. So our captain. What's it called? Before they scored their first goal, he had a brilliant chance. One of the worst shots ever. Terrible shot from the captain. And then they score. Nicholas Füllkrug. I'm gonna applaud you today. You were probably our best player. His link up with Somerville.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I thought Cry was the guy today.
I'm with Sadadi. I thought Füllkrug was my guy today. I thought he was sensational.
And Füllkrug set up Somerville. I thought Somerville was good. I think Füllkrug is the best player for us because he did score. And his hold-up play was brilliant, so I will give him that. Paqueta, I'm not getting fooled by this performance. It's only because he's playing Pep, and he still thinks he might get a move to City. Next week, he's going to be stinky. Get ready for an all-time disaster class versus Villa from number 10. Not getting fooled. Center backs, yeah, Mavropanos. Bring him on. We can see 2 goals in 5 minutes. Send that guy back to Germany and take our bum technical director with him. Send both of them back to Germany.
I'm going to be honest. As soon as he come on, I went, right, get on another 2 goals for City straight away because he's just shit, isn't he?
Bro, he is terrible.
Daddy, listen. I want you to give me the worst player today, and I'm going to have to let you go.
Oh, that Mexican thug. Send him back to the slums in Mexico.
Fair enough, Sadaddy. Take care of yourself, mate. That is Sadaddy, all the way from Florida. See? They're up bright and early watching this shit. Let's get this man who's out in Essex. Tone. Take it away, mate.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year to you and Jay. I did a watch along for this as well, kind of thing. So lucky enough, I had the chat and myself occupying each other, because watching that shower was embarrassing to say the least. Jay, I mean, Christmas is over and done with, mate. I don't know what sauce you've been on. Füllkrug and that for me and that. Headless Chicken does come to mind. Good goal. Somerville for me was probably the best player we had on the pitch. Kudos, yeah, stinking all the way through as always. I mean, when you look at Wan-Bissaka, average. And again, we gift them a goal at the beginning, 1-0. This was the chance to get something out of a City side that are not great. And we didn't capitalise on that one bit whatsoever. And even then, they was taking it as a training session after when they got to about 2-3-0 up. All right, it was better than Liverpool result at half time the last game. But yeah, shocking. Absolutely shocking. And the worst part about it, we had opportunities near the end to actually kind of get some goals. I think there's in the end of the first half, I think there's a ball where we best football we played in the first half. Wan-Bissaka gets the ball, cuts the ball back in the yard box, but you had 3 players already running on at that stage, and he had time to look down the line as well, but he played it back. We had a chance to get something out of it then. So shocking. And the tactics, again, wrong on all levels. And like you said there, I mean, when people in the chat mentioned it, and I see it come up on the thing there, Moyes is sitting in the stands there. What was that man be thinking? Seeing this, and he's gone seeing that.
He looks more angry than Lopetegui on the sidelines. And that is no joke. This is not. And then if anyone says, "Oh, you're a Moyes lover," fuck off. How about that one? That's from me. Yeah, fuck right off. So that it's Moyes lover bollocks. Yeah, fucking bunch of waste men. Some of these people, right? He looks pissed off. And he looks annoyed that basically look at the state of us from where we was a year ago to where we are right now. Jay, what's upset about Füllkrug, mate?
Tone, I appreciate your concern over my Christmas. I'm 2 days into a 3-day fast, so I'm on no sauce at all at the moment. Let me just hit you with some stats just to back up why I thought Füllkrug had an excellent game today. He had 21 touches of the ball, 12 out of 17 accurate passes. 3 of them were key passes. 7 out of 10 aerial duels won. 2 out of 2 ground duels won. In a game where we were attacking on the transition, he's proven that not only will he bring other players into the game, i.e. Somerville, who I thought probably had his best game in a West Ham shirt today. He was sensational, but Füllkrug brought him into the game more. His flick-ons were great. His aerial duels, as I say, were great. And he got the goal. He was the only one who looked like he could hit a cow's ass with a banjo today. So I accept your thoughts on him maybe looking like a headless chicken. I look at it as he was putting himself about. He looks fitter than he's looked in a West Ham shirt so far. And he was spearheading the attack, Bowen's not a guy who will spearhead the attack. Got nothing but good things to say about Jarrod Bowen, but he's not a centre forward. Danny Ings doesn't do anything near that. And I thought Füllkrug was the guy that was the link-up man today. So I thought he was excellent, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair play. I'll take that comment. I think the only thing I'd say on that is the fact that we're looking at a City side that are literally on 65% on full blast. But if it was a proper City side, we wouldn't see that opportunity.
Fair.
But it's good stats for the man. I mean, that's what we want to see. That's what he was bought for in the first place. Something that has been long overdue.
When it's so different as well, I just wanted to. Somebody mentioned in the chat, what are we doing with this playing out of the back stuff? I totally get why you would think that way. It led to us giving away the 4th goal. I totally understand that. In the first half, I thought we did it brilliantly. I thought we were actually really good on the ball at the back. And there was a couple of moments where we got the ball at the back, we were patient, we bopped it around, and then we went direct to Füllkrug and he won the header and he flicked it on and it created space, it created chances. That is exactly what I want to see. Just we didn't do it enough, in my opinion, and we didn't take our chances in the first half. Yeah. You're looking at first 10 minutes, if we take those 2 chances where Mo Kudus had the absolute horror show of a game in that West Ham shirt today, he was awful. If he takes either one of those chances, squares one of them when he should have squared it, and we go 2-0 up inside that first 10 minutes, which is not unrealistic, You look at the way that we've played there, and we'd be going, Jesus Christ, we're controlling the ball against this Manchester City side. So I thought it was the right thing to do. I just thought individual horror shows and a defensive shambles is what let us down today.
The only thing I will say on this is that I see people saying about basically Mo and everything. Maybe Mo just feels like he has to do it on his own because there's not other people there who can do it. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, when I look at our defence is fragile. We've got a right back that's getting cooked by a youngster that we all know who can't handle pace. We've got a goalkeeper who's in goal who can't play at the back. That fourth goal for me was embarrassing. It was truly embarrassing because you're trying to play at the back, and there's playing at the back, and then there's being progressive by playing at the back, not keep passing it backwards, sideways, backwards in your own half. Like, you have to have a few touches, then get it forward. That's the whole point of playing it at the back, to let teams come onto you so you can spray the ball over the top for someone to run onto. I'm not really that pissed off with it tonight. I really ain't, because I knew it was coming. I knew we'd get hammered up there, and I'm happy with sort of how we played. But we played better, but we're just a shit side at the minute with a shit manager. Lopetegui today gets booked again. The geezer gets more. I've never known a manager get booked so many times for arguing. Honestly, I don't know. Does he last though for you boys, or is it another game for him from Sullivan?
Knowing this chairman, that he'll be another game. And that's the shocking thing about it, because everyone can see it. Opposition teams, other fans, they all, when you probably had it as well. People in the chat, they've had exactly the same thing. Yep. Why is he still here? Why is this bloke still here?
Sullivan, mate.
And there's your answer straight away.
We missed the prime opportunity to bin him, though, didn't we? We were all talk when there was the talk that Potter was on the verge and then it didn't happen. Even that was too late, in my opinion. We had the perfect opportunity around the international break. Was for me, it was, if you were going to do it, was the November international break.
Absolutely.
Cut your losses, give someone a couple of weeks to bed their ideas in before playing two difficult games, and then they're free hits. Basically, you effectively get a month to work with these players before playing that crucial run that we played in. Now, by a hook or by a crook, we ended up getting a bunch of results there. We were awful in pretty much all of those games, and we managed to pick up 8 points in 4 games or something. Yeah. Which, I'm going to use James's favorite saying, papered over the cracks massively. And we end up finding ourselves further down the line, having shipped 9 goals in the last 2 games, and looking like we're back to square one. And so I think we've missed the boat on it, lads. And I do not think Lopetegui's going anywhere. I think he's here for the rest of the season. I just can't see it.
I'll be shocked if he's. I'll be shocked if he gets sacked tonight. I'll be shocked if he gets sacked tomorrow. I'll be even shocked if he gets sacked on Monday or Tuesday. I just don't think he's going to get the sack. Anyone who knows Sullivan like I do, and I monitor him like a fucking good one, I know how this geezer works, and this geezer just doesn't act when he needs to act. He will try and see it out. He will probably say, "Well, we're putting a good performance for 20 minutes up there." That justifies him saying. It's just not good enough at the end of the day. It really ain't. Tone, anything else you want to add on, mate, before I let you go?
Well, Aston Villa and then Fulham. It's all good, isn't it? It's going to turn around. No, I mean, I think the main thing is there's not much else you can add on to it other than that. You just got to keep smiling. That's all we can do ourselves.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Jay, when you've got friends around you kind of mimicking you in that, we've got to paper out with the cracks our own faces just to say, like, it's all good. It's all, it's going to turn around. Unfortunately, that's about it. But other than that, James and Jay, thanks for having me on that. And that's my piece done.
No worries, mate. Go and follow Tone's channel. Go and follow Tone's channel, Early Doors Football TV. Go and follow him. Good channel. Go and follow Early Doors Football TV. Tone, I'll let you go, mate. Take it easy, mate.
Take it easy.
Cheers, Tone.
Catch up with Tone soon. I don't know what else to say, mate, really. Like, City are a good side. They've got good players. We're a shit side with shit players. Yeah, we've got a shit manager. We've got a shit owner. And where are the banners? Get the banners out, ladies and gentlemen. Get these banners out for this fucking owner, because he's the one who controls the narrative at West Ham. He really does. I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying it ever since I've done YouTube. And I will continue to say it until that fucker's out the door. Do you know what I mean? Because he's the problem. With Julian Lopetegui, he's a man that is literally blessed to be in a job at the minute. How this geezer still in work, I don't know, Jay. I've got no idea. Do you know what I'm saying? Any final thoughts from you, Jay?
I'm just at a loss, mate. To be honest, it's a massive opportunity for us to stop the rot in Manchester. The commentary I was listening to was talking about how many games we've gone in Manchester without even coming over a point. Like across both Manchester teams, we have a horrible record going to Manchester. This is as good as it gets. Like this is the best chance you're ever going to get to go to the Etihad and win. Or even just come away with a point, because we don't get anything there, and we just, it's the same old limp, lackluster West Ham that we saw in the second half that we're just used to seeing. Again, like you said, Mavropanos coming on, and we all sat there and went, "Well, that's that done, isn't it?" I felt massively for Kilman and Todibo in that first half. You had Soufal, who's not at it. You had Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's playing as like an inverted left back, which I thought he was fine today. But there was a moment, I actually tweeted at the time, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was leading the press from left back. And not only, like, again, if he's made a run up the left-hand side and it makes sense, like, fine. But he was leading the press. He got there, he stood there, and he ushered other players up with him. And what did that leave? That left Crescencio Somerville covering at left back. What did Haaland do? Ran from Crescencio Somerville across the centre-back and scored. It's not rocket science. Somerville's not a left back. And again, I don't blame Aaron Wan-Bissaka for that. He's been told he can go and express himself in forward positions. He is the best defensive fullback in the Premier League, but he is not an attacking fullback. If you get a leash on that bloke, put him in the fullback position and go, mate, you're brilliant in one-on-one tackles. Just stay there. Don't bother going forward. Just stay there. I guarantee you all these goals that we're shipping would be halved. There's no way that we concede 4 today, 5 against Liverpool. If you just tell Wan-Bissaka to hold his position, it's not that difficult. Why on earth we're still putting him at left back and playing Vladimir Soufal? I get it. If Emerson's injured, I don't know. I didn't know why Emerson wasn't in the squad today. If Emerson's injured or suspended or whatever, and then he clearly doesn't trust Cresswell anymore. I said it in the preview to the game. Ben Johnson got his debut away at Manchester City when Manchester City were a force and he played really well. If there was ever a time where you were going to bring Ollie Scholes in from the start and go, mate, today's your day. It's a free hit for you. Go out there, listen to the senior players around you, be really disciplined at left back, because that City team were not good. They were absolutely pony today, and they still put 4 past us. He's just got the decisions all wrong. The substitutions were just mental. How on earth the likes of Edson Alvarez and Mohamed could have stayed on the pitch that long, I've got no idea. And he didn't learn the lessons from Liverpool when the game was dead. Just take your key players off. Just get them off. Bowen broke his foot at 4-0 down because he didn't bother taking off his key players when the game was dead and giving guys a run out. Baffling, mate. Absolutely baffling.
That stat from Sadadi. Thank you very much. Now, to all the people on X who had a go at me back in November, beginning of December, saying, is Julian Lopetegui worse than Avram Grant? There's your stat there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even going to say I told you so. Yeah, there's a stat right there that proves 1%.82 to 31.91. That tells you all you need to know. We have got a person in who's worse than Avram fucking Grant. And we've got an owner in charge who, remember this, had a choice with Grant to sack him. And he didn't. And he ended up getting relegated. I'm telling you something now to round up this from me. Right? Where are these fucking banners? Yeah, everyone needs to come together and start chanting SB out, right? And get moving on this one. Because if he ain't gone by this week, then he ain't going. It's as simple as that. He will blag a result somewhere along the line. He'll probably nick a fucking win against Villa in the Cup, which will keep him in the job for another 3 or 4 games. And as Happy Hamaret says right there, it's history repeating itself. It most certainly is, right? We need to put the pressure on this ownership. Someone said to me the other week, all you've got is an agenda against the ownership. I fucking despise this ownership. I say it loud and clear, yeah? Because look what they're serving us. They're serving us mediocre players, mediocre manager, and our ex-manager sitting in the ground with his arms crossed, with more of the hump than Julian Lopetegui. That is taking the piss, and let's be real. Do you know what I mean? I've got the ump. Jay's got the ump. All the people that are in Manchester have got the ump. All the people around the world have got the ump with that result today. Yeah, because what Jay has just said, make him 100% right. City was not as good as they usually are. They were poor. Yeah, and they still managed to score 4 goals past us. If that's a City of old, they score 10. They score 10 today, and it's as simple as that. I'll get to a few comments before we wrap this up. But for me, I've showed everyone the way. Yeah, I've showed people what the fucking problem is. It's the owners. People have got to start looking at the owners now and saying, "Come on, well, what is going on?" Right? And I swear to God, if we end up with Will fucking Hughes in the crow's nest, then that's taking the fucking piss out of us all. Honestly, it really is. What we got? Let's have a look. The West Ham manager gig is a manager's wet dream. Can it underachieve and will keep your job? Jay, what do you think of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. And to James's comment there, and to Happy Hammerette, history repeating itself. Don't forget, Sullivan's the one who took Avram Grant on a free, had the chance, I believe, around this time in that season to replace him, didn't, and we got relegated. This is exactly the same as that. He's got the chance. He's had the chance. He's not taking it. I'm not saying I think we're going to get relegated, but stranger things have happened in football, haven't they? So yeah, it's baffling, mate.
If we can get relegated on 43 points or 42 points or whatever it was, we can get relegated any time. Do I think we're going to get relegated? No. I think there's worse teams than us. I think we will just outdo the shit, if I'm being honest. Yeah. But some of these players, even Alvarez today, right? I've backed him up on this channel so many for the last year. I look at him today. He's a fucking idiot. He's an idiot. He's just not being funny. He's like a statue running around. And there's people that slag off Thomas Souček, really go in on Thomas Souček. And I think you look at Alvarez, you look at Paqueta, you look at fucking Mo even today. Mo's another one that really disappoints me today and all. And I look at him and I think, why? What is going on? Now, does that all change, Jay? Does that all change if we get rid of the manager? Because I don't think these players are bad.
So I was thinking this as well. I like you look at our back 3 of our back 4. I think we know Soufal's coming to the end of his career at West Ham and probably in the Premier League, right? Jean-Claire Todibo is not a bad centre-back. Max Kilman is not a bad centre-back. Like, people will turn on individual players and call them out for like some of the goals that go in. I don't for one second think that we concede this many goals if you get a sensible manager in who can coach them how to defend properly. And you look back to when we were under David Moyes and we were coached defensively really well a few years back, when we had the likes of Paul Nevin, when we had the likes of Stuart Pearce, and you had people who knew how to teach people how to defend and how to be solid. And I found myself thinking today, and I'll leave it to chat to have this debate. I see it was happening. The debate was happening earlier, and I was thinking today, as we all saw David Moyes in the stands watching the game, as you said, James, looking pissed off. And I was like, I wonder what David Moyes could do with this side. Now they've been coached into a passing game, like properly, because Moyes is not a passing like manager. He's not that kind of coach, but he is a coach that will transition quickly and it will set a team up to defend well. Second half of last season aside, I know how many goals we conceded last year, but I was sitting there thinking, I wonder what he could do with this squad now. I wonder what could actually happen if you put him in charge, got him to shore up that defense. He'd love to work with Kilman, I'm sure. I'm sure he'd do well with Todibo. And I'm sure he'd do well with Wan-Bissaka, who was a target for him before as well. I was just sitting there wondering, what could he actually do?
The problem is, I'm going to say this quite right. I don't want Moyes to come back because it'd just be toxic again. Yeah, that's my own opinion. I don't want Moyes to come back. But at present, if you take Graham Potter out the equation, who else is there to come in? There's not many people out there who can come in right now and sort this team out. And that's where the problem is. If Graham Potter turns around and says, no, like, I've had my time, I don't want to do it, who are we going to go after? And there's not many. Is it going to be it'd be someone like fucking Benitez or someone like that. And that's the worry with me, is that we are in a shit situation with this manager at the minute. But we've had time this season where we could have sacked him. Leicester game, we could have sacked him. We didn't. We let it go. Tonight, we could go and sack him. But if you don't get Potter, who else is there? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got to have me tell you this. He don't buy no one out of a contract, Sullivan. Right? He never has. So I want Carrick. Me personally, I think Carrick's the ideal fit for West Ham. But would he go up to Borough and say, right, we'll pay the compensation right now, we'll get him out of there? I don't think he does. I simply just don't think he does it. And the thing was, last year, people was hearing that with Almiron, Slot, Alonso. I'm telling you right now, I'd love Carrick to come to West Ham. But would Sullivan pay the money to get him out of Borough? And not only that, would Sullivan take the risk on him? I don't think he would. I really don't.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Chance.
And that's where the problem is. Let's see what Ginger Andy Carroll's got to say. I said it's a bad time to play City, picking up form, etc. City wasn't great. I was living in hope we'll turn up, lads.
Yeah, City were crap. Like we can say City weren't great today. City were crap. We created more chances than them. Yeah. We gifted them their goals. Poor marking, defensive players out of position, midfield getting run through. It's the same old story that West Ham can start a game well, and you can kind of park the. I agree. Edson Alvarez didn't go for his header. He turns his back, and then there's a deflection off of Soufal that goes in to make it 1-0. We actually responded really well. Like we actually still looked like a really good team going forward. We just couldn't take our chances, and we just weren't good enough. Like it's simple as that. City were crap, and they were there for the taking. And how they've put 4 goals past us today, and how we've not come away with anything, I've got no idea, other than the fact that we're just not a very good team. Simple as that. Yeah, I completely agree.
That's enough from us. Manchester City 4, West Ham United 1. That's been your afterthought tonight. My sort of final words on this is that Sullivan, make a fucking decision on this prick. Yeah, just make a decision and stick with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he needs to sort of clarify to the fans, is he either backing him or is he sacking him? And if he's backing him, come out and say it. The reason why that little dwarf fucking bastard won't come out and say it is because he knows the heat will firmly be on him. And that's the gospel truth. The heat will firmly be all over him. West Ham today, just outplayed by a better side. Yeah, and a better side that ain't playing well, which is quite embarrassing to win. Next week, we've got Villa in the Cup. Now, what will Lopetegui do in that one? Will he go strong? Will he go light? Who knows? But it is what it is. And listen, shout out to all the fans that are there today. Danny, who's over from America, who comes on this channel. He's in Manchester tonight. Lucas is in Manchester tonight. And if you see Lucas at the next home game, go and see him. He's an absolute diamond geezer, right? Fuck what these people say about Americans and all that. And all this shit. He's actually a proper fucking West Ham fan. I will vouch for that man. Because if he wasn't, I would not have him on this channel. Yeah, I mean, I don't mix with fucking idiots. So shout out Lucas. You can't miss him. He's about 7 foot tall. So yeah. And enjoy your night. That's all I'm going to say is enjoy your fucking night, because West Ham gets you down from time to time. Do you know what I'm saying? Enjoy your night, and I will see you again in the next one. Also, smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. Peace.